Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 just released on April 2nd, and I've finally finished watching it. This season had a lot riding on it for me, especially since Season 3 was a bit lackluster. It wasn't bad or anything, it just didn't fully hit for me. Still, I was excited going into Season 4, and I gotta say, it was pretty dang good. This video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't watched it yet, drop a like and come back later. Without further ado, let's get into it. This season is easily one of the best in all of Dragons Rising, hands down. It really feels like the writers and producers have finally found their stride, and I am all for it. One of the biggest wins this season is how they handled a cast. With over 12 major characters, it could have easily gotten messy, but every character got their moment, and no one felt neglected. They even finally fixed Zane's character, which was awesome to see. The music and animation have also been taken to a whole new level. There's one fight scene early in the season that absolutely blew me away. It's so well choreographed and visually stunning. And the elemental monsters? They're so cool. I especially love the mutation monster. It's such a unique design that we've just never seen before. The way the show uses just one monster type creatively is impressive, and that applies across all the different monsters. Even the Loyalists, while not perfect, had some genuinely cool moments. And Lloyd's journey was really satisfying for longtime fans of the series. While I'm still not entirely sure what his powers can exactly do, this season gives a solid start and teases exciting possibilities. This season is packed with great moments, cameos, reveals, new locations, and fun character dynamics. I loved seeing each team of ninja navigate their respective adventures, and the way all groups meshed together felt seamless. The dragon forms were another highlight. They looked amazing, and I liked how dragony the ninja acted while in form. Overall, the season hits on almost everything. Story, characters, animation, music, everything. It's a fantastic start to a full season, and it really delivers for longtime fans. Alright, let's talk about the negatives. There really aren't that many, but I do have two main issues with this season. First, the way Jay regained his memories felt a little misplaced. Don't get me wrong, the scene itself was actually really nice. The problem is that it didn't feel earned. By the end of Season 3, Jay recommits himself to the ninja, which is great, but in Season 4, that resolve never really gets tested. He kind of just follows the team, does what he's told, and then boom, his memories are back. He doesn't learn anything new about himself, about Spinjitzu, or even about how he lost his memories in the first place. And yeah, you could argue that his arc isn't over yet, but personally, I feel like regaining his memories should be the end goal, not just a checkpoint along the way. But they still did it pretty cool. Alright, let's talk about Empress Beatrix. Her character this season was fine, I guess. I definitely liked her more here than in Season 1 of Dragons Rising. The problem with her, and the Loyalists overall, can actually be explained using something I talked about in a previous video. So what actually makes stakes good? For this video, I broke it down into 3 simple rules. Motivation. Do the characters clearly want something, and do we understand why? Personal impact. Is the conflict personal to the characters, or just a generic threat? Consequences. Do we know what happens if they lose, and does it actually stick? Let's start with motivation. The ninja have clear personal ties to the Loyalists and Empress Beatrix, so it makes perfect sense why they would want to stop them. That part works, good job. But 3 years later, I still don't understand Beatrix's motivations. Why does she want power? What actually drives her? And maybe more importantly, why does anybody else follow her? I get the real-world parallels to fascism and similar systems, but usually, the people serving a leader believe in something. There's some kind of promise, ideology, or benefit that keeps them loyal. So what do the Loyalists actually gain under Beatrix's rule? That's something I didn't understand back in Season 1, and I still don't understand it here in Season 4. Now, to be fair, their motivation to take over Imperium, even if it's surface level, does technically get the job done. But when your foundation is that weak, it's hard for everything built on top of it to feel fully compelling. Personal impact and consequences, on the other hand, are handled pretty well. Those aspects actually land. But because the motivation is shaky at best, it's harder to get fully invested in the conflict that builds throughout the season. It feels like the show really wants me to take the Loyalists seriously, but I just can't if I don't fully understand what's driving them in the first place. That being said, I still liked Imperium's storyline here more than in Season 1. Don't get it twisted, I actually really enjoyed this season. Alright, in no particular order, here are some of my random thoughts on this season, for better or for worse. First of all, they really need to slow down introducing new story elements. I like what they're doing, don't get me wrong, but there are still so many unanswered questions from previous seasons. This season did answer what happened to Imperium, which is nice, but they really need to go back and properly answer, or at least partially address some of the dozens of other questions they've set up. Now, about the ninja suits, every couple of seasons, the ninja gets suits that stick around even after the season ends, like the climber suits or the merge suits. I love that tradition, but I was pretty disappointed when the spectral suits were the ones the producers chose to keep. I'm sorry, but those suits just don't look good. The colors are off, and the headbands look really weird and out of place sometimes. So you can imagine how glad I was to see them replaced by these new glorious suits. The new intro? I wasn't sure about it at first, but it really grew on me. Sometimes the Weapon of Desolation just changes size? I might have missed something, but I had to do a double take on a few scenes. And then, sus cone hat guy. What are we even doing here, man? What is this? And finally, Roz. In the final epic scene of the season, we see that he's been working behind the scenes, and he's obtained another dragon icon. I would love for the next part of the season to focus more on him. After all, he's a series antagonist. Also, why does he sound so mad?
Master! I have collected another icon!
Anyway, those are my initial thoughts on this latest installment of Dragons Rising. This season definitely re-engaged my trust in the franchise, and I am so excited to see where the story goes next. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future uploads, and have a good one.